only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this amazing platform where we disseminate information that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this platform. This is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform that stands for the United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today, under the leadership of Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, COS interim. I welcome all of you to this very platform. Happy New Year to everyone that is watching, wherever you are watching from. We are in a new year. And as we enter the new year, many people are asking questions and they say, what next? Where is the way to go? The way to go is simple. We are pursuing the recognition of the United States of Biafra and the restoration of Biafra fully on the ground. That is the phase where we are today. Every one of us must continue to give our contribution the best way we can. And remember, I urge you to like and share. Share to your neighbors, share to your family, share to everyone to key in and join us on this gospel. Do not be distracted. Regardless what you hear, regardless what you see, regardless the propaganda and blackmail that is flying from right, left, and center, do not get distracted. Be focused, because Biafra have been declared on the 29th of November 2024, and there is no going back. We are pursuing the recognition of Biafra.
Oji, you know, it's interesting you ask this question. And the reason I don't know what the Southeast Governors Forum are doing. I don't know what they discuss when they meet. But there are critical areas that we must address. And we must bring to the table as soon as possible. The Southeast, yes, is the only region that does not have a high-pressure gas transmission pipe to take natural gas through it. You have the AKK, the Ajaokuta, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. There is a second phase of that AKK that goes to Gausu in Zamfara. Now, in that AKK, you have pressure metering and reduction stations in Gwagwalada for Abuja. You have in Kaduna, you have in Kano. And then you're also going to have in Gausu when the second phase starts. That AKK is what the government hopes to extend for transnational gas pipeline through Niger Republic to Algeria, even if I don't think that will be feasible because of the lack of diplomatic relationship between Niger Republic and the Nigerian government in Abuja. Okay? The Southeast does not have a pipe that runs through it, despite the fact that Abia State produces a lot of natural gas. In 2007, Ibe Kachuku designed Nigerian Gas Master Plan, and in that master plan, he put a 121-kilometer pipe that is supposed to extend from Aba to Owerri, to Enugu, to Onitsha, and then to Nnewi. The government says that no, they want to do a TNGP pipe extension from Abia State to Ajaokuta, and the second phase is going to go from Abia State to Enugu to Ajaokuta. That is going to take gas away from the Southeast, not through the Southeast. You need a pipe that extends that, because you need gas for glass fabrication, you need gas for urea, you need gas for power. 40% of the gas that is typically produced every day, either through associated gas that you get when you drill crude oil, yeah, or through non-associated gas fields. It's used for electricity. So how do you want to increase generation and increase feedstock to the gencos in the southeast if you don't build a high-pressure transmission pipe? Whose responsibility is it to make sure that this happens? It's the Nigerian Gas Infrastructure Company, which is a subsidiary of the NNPC Group. So my question to the management of NNPC is, why have they refused to commission FID for gas pipes to the southeast? Why have the Southeast Governors Forum not gotten into a meeting with the president to ask him why the region does not have a gas pipe that runs through it? What exactly is wrong that it seems that there is like a calculated power share between the northwest and the southwest, and until every other region in Nigeria gets permission from the northwest and the southwest, nothing happens in their region? It doesn't make any sense. How can Mr. President be talking about renewed hope and economic transformation and increase in the per capita income of Nigerians and prosperity for Nigerians about building a $1 trillion economy when everything is centered around Lagos?
Gradually, I had a conversation with the governor of Borno State the other day. So the conversation has been the rehabilitation and how the communities are going to be re-energized so that people can go back to their communities, the farming communities can go back to farm, and people can regain their lives and go back to their homelands. But now it's getting to a situation where we are now getting worried that some of these elements are coming back. What they were doing before now was that they will attack and run away, attack and run away. But now with this sort of incidents in Dumba, in Chibok, I mean, what would you say could be the cause?
Well, I think it is the aftermath of what has happened in Chad, Niger, and our neighboring countries. Cameroon is totally blocked from them, and the insurgents are now moving downward, that is into Nigeria. You can see what is happening in Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, and the Northwest generally. And then, of course, those that were driven away from the Chad fringes of that is bordering Chad, have all been driven away, and they are running around trying to scramble for arms, ammunition, and equipment. In fact, in Goza, they came and also carted away some of the goods, not ammunitions, but supplies that is meant for the Nigerian army in a village called Yamtake, where they are. We have a battalion of soldiers there, so the brigade were trying to give them supplies. And the biggest problem we have recently is the issue of saboteurs, where we have infiltrators giving them information. So they ambush the contingent that were going to Jaji with farmers and bicycles. So they carted away the Jega, what we call this tricycle that has open body. And that was why I went right away, acquired replacement for them. So we went home, gathered all the people that were affected, and replenished, and that is to give them back what they lost. And this I am doing intentionally in order to give them confidence and develop resilience, because that's the biggest way, or the best solution to this is to be resilient and stand up for these people. Chibok case have been unfortunate, but before they could arrive there, that is the hunters, the soldiers, these people have done, made their disruption, as you can see, and ran away. In fact, those that were, two brothers, we lost two of them, the same father, same mother, both senior brother and junior. It's because they are standing up. The Chibok people are known for standing up against Boko Haram. Unfortunately, we lost two people, and before the army could arrive there, they have done this damage by putting on fire, and the fire went quickly because of the season now, where it's windy. But the people are still resilient. They are still there. They want to remain there. All they need now, and all we are calling about from the federal government for example, once this happens and the people stay back, then NEMA should also come in immediately, rebuild what they can build, or give the people that they're like now, when they need blocks, cement, and the church should be brought up immediately. As you can see, the church is something that you can build overnight, and that was what the vice president and the president, when he was a governor, started, and the president governor continues. But the resources of the state is so lean, and that's why we are saying now, when this happens, the federal government should step in and replace those things that, like what I did in Goza. They took away 4 Jega and a counter vehicle. Went and then I replaced them immediately. They took away 40 bicycles. We went ahead and replaced by giving the victims a token of 50,000 to go and get a bicycle so that they can continue with their life and remain resilient. In Goza's case, those that were ambushed were basically civilian JTF. About 4 of them were civilian JTF. The Nigerian army was so strategic because they got scanty information. And that's why we didn't lose the army. And they immediately were able to chase them away. And they remain on top of the situation. But the public, too, has to support the army. The federal government has to support Borno State. Because what Governor Zulum has at hand is too much for him. For example, within a span of 2 weeks, Damboa is affected. Nganze, too, we had an incident whereby they attacked a police station and we lost 2 police officers. And this one is coming day before yesterday. Tumbu is also affected. So the federal government should really, really need to do what I have been saying, that our soldiers are so gallant, but they like, the sufficient training, ammunition, equipment, and motivation. These are very important for them to get over this case. I just came back this night. I know what is going on. If you see the situation under which our soldiers are operating, you pity them. For example, the feeding money for a soldier is 1,500. 1,500. Not per meal, but per day. The salary of a private soldier is still 50,000, even though I learned that it has been increased to 100,000. You can imagine that. Yet these people are willing to lay down their lives to do what is actually not their work. Because the Nigerian army are supposed to face this thing. But people sit down in their comfort, and we need more boots on the ground. We need to give them adequate ammunition. We need to give them adequate arms. We need to give them adequate motivation, but they can do it. The brigade general, the brigade commander, the task force commander was always on site. In fact, I had a meeting with him today around 2 o'clock.
What are your people telling you? Who are these attackers? Are they the same Boko Haram element? Are they ISWAP? What are these elements like? Are they speaking Fufude? Are they speaking Kanuri? Or what exactly do they look like? What are the natives, the locals? What are they telling you when you went around?
What is happening is, as I told you, this is the result of influx of the people, the ISWAP and Boko Haram that were operating in the Chad, the Chad Basin fringes. Remember, there are some in Sambisa, remnants. There were remnants in the Mandara Mountain. So when they want to launch attack, they were not able to launch attack from those 2 zones, that is Mandara Mountain and Sambisa, because they were weak. They have been very, very weak. But now they are having support from the outsiders. But what they need is equipment, food, and supplies. So now with the support of those that are speaking Fulfude or Kanuri, that is a kind of reinforcement that they have that enables them to attack our villages. And then the best solution to that is that we should have more soldiers, boots on ground, more information, more intelligence, and most importantly, when I went there, it was after I spoke to the chief of army staff before I went to Goza yesterday. after meeting him in Abuja, that the air support were deployed to Maiduguri. There is a need for more air support in those areas that are affected. It doesn't matter whether they are from Niger or whether they are even heaven, if they are insurgents and we are ready and our Nigerian forces are ready and you give them what it takes, they are ready to face them. So the time I came, even there is information coming to the brigade commander in Goza. He got information that they may likely attack Goza, but he says he's waiting for them and he's ready for them. That is because he has intelligence and he has what it takes to protect Goza. And I was telling him, are you sure? He said, no, these boys will take them out. You can imagine that.
But Senator, so the reason why I asked that question of the language they speak is so that also the military can be well informed as to the identity of these people. Are they foreigners? Are they strangers who come into our land, kill our people, terrorize our people, and run away? Or they are the locals that are being, they are being disillusioned and are being, given these terrible ideologies to attack their own people in the manner in which they. I wanted you to identify whether the locals are saying these are people that we know, because I mean, as a reporter that had covered Maiduguri, covered Yola, covered Adamawa before, I do know locals have told me that these are some of our children who, for some reasons, they go away for several weeks, they come back and they come and attack their own people. What exactly are the locals saying to you? Do they identify some of them? Maybe they look like the Boko Haram they've wiped out before or not.
As I told you earlier, nobody can come out, whether they are Kanuri or Fulani, to come to Goza, for example, if they don't know anything about Goza, if they don't have anybody that will recce and give them information. I've confessed that they get information from the criminals among us, and they connive with the Boko Haram that are still hanging or hibernating in the Mandara Mountain, that were weak now. But they are attacking more now is because it's like they have reinforcement from those that were driven from the Chad region, and normally they will be speaking Kanuri or Shua or Arab. That is it. But what I'm saying is a criminal is a criminal. It doesn't matter whether he is white, black, Kanuri, Igbo, or whatever. Once enemy is an enemy, you take him out. But unfortunately now I can confess to you that within us, there are saboteurs that share information or provide them information, especially with those that have old link. But our people now are saying the enemies are within and they are going to do something and they are going to search them and they are going to take action. That is the promise I got from them. And I encourage them. And they are resilient. They say they are not going to allow the situation in 2014 repeat itself again, where some youngsters like them will come, overrun a town and declare it a caliphate. They said they will not. They promised me. I was very happy, and I felt happy that I went to